And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Solar Expanse. As the game, after loading in here at the beginning of the stream here, as the game is implying, we're working on the contract here to terraform Mars. We'll possibly move on to both Mercury and Luna afterwards. We'll see what the tempo is at terraforming. But yeah, so the next step here is to get the atmospheric pressure on Mars above 0.1, while keeping the oxygen concentration between 0.19 and 0.3 for oxygen. And then, yeah, on Mars, we currently have the pressure up to 0.08. So that means we need about quadruple the atmosphere here. Part of what's going on is that our water vapor is contributing here. In fact, the water vapor is contributing more than anything except for oxygen and... Oh, I think it's even contributing more than oxygen. Yeah, contributing more than oxygen. It's contributing more than everything except for CO2. So we need to release a lot of gases here. Once again, I'm replacing the background music here with the Stellaris music soundtrack that comes, I believe, with Stellaris Space. But yeah, I've basically gone into Steam and done a browse for Stellaris game files, and I'm running the soundtrack from there. But yeah, so we're going to be focusing on terraforming. That probably means in the short run I need to pull a lot more gases off of Jupiter. We've already got a bunch under construction there, but the midterm goal is basically going to be shipping alloys, polymers, and electronics out here. Because we no longer need to be shipping stuff to the interstellar ship location. Let's get this Zeus going to Earth, so we can handle shipping from Earth. This one. No, it's not installation. That's what the computer is. Okay, to Earth. The orbital. But I have the Zeus here. I would like the Zeus to go to Earth. There's the Zeus. There we go. Okay, so at Earth orbit, I don't currently have any ships. We do have a decent amount of stuff here that we want to start shipping out. We want to get the polymer up there, we're going to get the electronics up there, we want to get the alloys up there. Mercury, we still have alloys. Oh, that's a good question. Do I want more solar mirror stuff? The answer is probably yes. Would be good to get another alloy and another mirror going. Although I think we'll get another big wave of constructors going at Saturn first. And then we'll look into doing a mirror. Moon has no ships out there at the moment. Many Zeuses. I need to probably find a better parking location for all my random ships than Mars. That's probably not a good place to leave them. Got some Prometheus there. Got some Rains we could probably pitch in for transport duty. Where's my Zeuses? I guess I just have the one. Doesn't have a planned mission. Ongoing missions. Here, okay, so that's delivering hydrogen to places. Turn trips to Jupiter. That's the Nike. Oh, that's a Cirrus. Okay. Got an asteroid moving. Feel like I'm missing Zeus. Oh, and my teacher just has some Rains at it. Let's get these guys to Earth. So we know where they are when we want to use them. The other thing I do is unload Lutetia, but I'm not too worried about unloading Lutetia particularly quickly here. Focus on sort of manually mining it out at this point. We had a decent crew there, after all. Yeah, I feel like I'm just missing some Zeuses in the shuffle somewhere. And then I think achievement-wise, what we need to do to max out the achievements on the game at the moment, I believe, is I need to terraform Mars. I need to terraform Mars before 2600. I need to colonize either Pluto or Charon, colonize Amuno Neptune, and a comet, I believe. Think what we got left. You know, we have one Zeus there. I think we'll just let the time start to move. Okay, so we've got a Zeus in orbit. What do I want to start shipping to Jupiter? The electronics, the polymers, the alloys. Probably in that order. We have more polymers and alloys being built in system, which is why I'm going to start with the electronics that we just happen to have in Earth orbit here. Constant acceleration, optimal transfer. You're going to the fuel station, so don't take any with you. Nothing what you need. Okay. And we'll let time advance. We're not necessarily in a rush, or at the same time, we need to be getting moving. We need to be getting a lot more nitrogen being produced, and enough oxygen in one way or another. Okay, so we've got 59 FLS landed at Mars. Well, I say landed at Mars. It's arrived at orbit of Mars. So I have to do its unloading time. Yeah, it's unloading time. I need to unload things here. This is Mars. Although I think we might try to do some object colonization here. We're going to get rid of things we can't bring with us. So we can't bring that with us. We can't bring this with us. So we'll get those disassembled. There's achievements for colonizing. I don't necessarily need to leave them colonized for very long. So I could probably just take the colony crew around, drop at a place, pick them back up, move on to the next spot. The Zeus would probably be the best for doing that. That might be how I colonize Triton and Pluto. In fact, Pluto has carbon and water. Yeah, so I might drop intentionally on... Ooh, that's the other thing I gotta be worried about, is I don't have the launch capacity out this far. And I'm not having... although I could have the Kronos do the transfer. I wanted Kronos in Mars, right? Yeah. I could have the Kronos pick people up and drag them places. So, likely if I do a colonization, and if I don't just... Yeah, probably my initial colonizations here are probably going to be dropping, we don't have anything to come back with. So we can't get them off the planet. Although we could do Pluto. Pluto wouldn't be too bad. Pluto's got water carbon. Charon supposedly has water carbon as well. The other one would be go for like an asteroid. Okay, let's do an asteroid transfer. Let's colonize an asteroid, even though we're not going to keep it. So, Aphelis to Faye. Zeus, going to be doing the carrying. We'll take all the crew. Take the construction module. We'll take the miners. Take the hab. Radioisotope generator. The probe. We might as well probe the asteroid while we're there. And probably just take food. Oh, I can probably load everything up that isn't carbon. Isn't what I'm seeing here. Could even probably take a chunk of the carbon, too. We're going to be flying around a little bit erratically here, so I'm not going to take the carbon. We'll have one of the other ships unload the carbon into Mars orbit. We need a launch vehicle. Do immediate departure because I want to be able to unload this and be done. Not too worried about flight time. No, constant acceleration, immediate departure, longest mission length. And I don't quite need all the fuel, but we're gonna go someplace else afterwards, so that will work. Okay. We're gonna make sure that they've launched. Yeah, crew only has supply for the day, so that's fine. They're about to leave. There they go, leaving. So now I just need to unload the rest of the asteroid before I crash it. It should be fairly easy. We'll have the... We have the Fest die do it. And I'm potentially picking the wrong destination there. Mars, Mars, orbit. Cyclical mission. The Fest die, do just quick unload. This should be, because it's a very short trip, it should be fairly quick to do. Cargo from Mars orbit to there. None. Cargo from there to Mars orbit. Yes. Carbon. And I want to unload the majority of the carbon, so we're going to say resources transferred. That many. That many. Okay. Oops, something is... Ah! World government is finally willing to sell more stuff. Alloys, rare metals, polymers, and exotic alloys. And I just picked up the achievement for colonizing a comet, which is Traveler. So that means our crew has arrived at Faye. We'll leave them there for a little bit so they can actually discover all the resources. Accessibility. I suspect the resource accessibility is not really worth my time. And there we go. Yeah, and I think the next place we'll go is Pluto. Comments. 4P Faye to Pluto. Zeus. And... I basically told them I have the fuel capacity to get there. Okay, let's change our destination then. Need something a little less aggressive. Take it to Earth orbit. Saying no. Let's see if we can figure out. I might have to bring more fuel in. This might be what I'm dealing with. Oh, yeah, the Zeus has brought... Zeus used all the fuel. That's what's going on. Okay, so I need to have someone come by with some fuel so they can get off of the rock. Got them stuck on the rock. 4 years because I'm not doing constant acceleration of the Zeus because I don't have another Zeus to spare for this. Well, let's accept this is going to be a bit slow. Okay, so that was F-less rise at Mars orbit. This is basically empty, so it is time for you to begin your faithful collision with Mars. Put more water on Mars. I think to put more carbon on Mars as well. Okay. Meantime, we got a Jupiter heading out to... or is Zeus heading out to Jupiter? There is an argument I should get some more Zeuses going. So to be building more Zeuses, I need... what? Exotics, polymers. Maybe an argument I should have brought all the polymers along with me. Helium-3 electronics. So all of those should basically be in that system, so I can bring them over to the moon, except for the... well, I can probably even bring the polymers over to the moon. Yeah, I can even bring the polymers over to the moon. Okay. So the one that's here, I'm going to have you take helium to the moon. Was that the delivery? Oh no, I'm sending the one from south. That works out. That is not the delivery, we're still waiting for the delivery. I haven't had one sitting at Jupiter as well. The delivery to Jupiter has completed. This is the arrival. Yeah, Earth to Jupiter. Let's have you... start cranking out even more orbital gas extractors. That's all the polymers accounted for. Can I have one of you run over to Ganymede to pick up more polymers? Yeah, let's have a run over to Ganymede. Jupiter to Ganymede. Zeus. Take nothing up, or take nothing there. Basically flying empty, so basically fly empty over there. Then return flight. Ganymede to Jupiter orbit. Add polymers. 2440 should be about what you got there. And for the return trip, just take what you need, which apparently is not that heavy, giving us how short of a distance we're traveling. Most of it's the launch cost of the hull and getting it to orbit. Okay. And then Callisto, we're basically going to do... well, I maybe don't even need to do the same at Callisto, because I've got plenty of alloy here right now. Yeah, we got 11k in orbit. I think that's plenty. And we're back with the polymers, so we queue up even more orbital gas extractors. We run out of next. We actually run out of alloys next, so that would be an argument. The next one should then go to Callisto to pick up polymer or pick up alloys. And it will take some hydrogen along with us, just with some there for the return trip, and then sure, we'll do Jupiter orbit to Callisto. Callisto. Zeus. Add alloys. There's 8,000 there. All I can for the return trip. It's a little bit more fuel for the return trip, but that's not too bad. there and back again. And queue up more gas extractors. We want a lot of gas extractors. There we go. Now we're limited by polymers, but that's kind of what I'm going to be limited by everywhere. So we'll let that sort of sit for the moment. Jupiter, we're waiting for a full load of nitrogen for a flight. One of these is down to Mars. Meantime, I apparently have some nitrogen release, so let's release the nitrogen and the oxygen and a chunk of the CO2. .09. Arrived at TRAPPIST-1, which I think doesn't do anything other than they've technically arrived at TRAPPIST-1. And I don't think I can come down here and click on TRAPPIST-1 and do anything special now that they're there. I don't think that I don't think has been added to the game. So, in theory, we know that they have, in theory, arrived at TRAPPIST-1. On Mercury, we're still trying to get the radiation down to Mercury, right? Yeah. 4.2. Get another one of planetary manospheres going. I could also do some in orbit, I suppose, but I'm just going to focus on the ground-based ones. I could ship alloys up from Mercury. Probably not going to bother. At least not for the moment. I think the problem is more the polymers, although I could ship more polymers again up from the moon. Although I think we'll be focusing on trying to get a few more Zeuses going. Oh, and the mission is planned. It has yet to arrive. We gotta wait until that mission arrives. We're currently extracting a 1.9 tons of nitrogen a day. Oh, and that was the Saturn Luna transit happened. There we go. Then we want to take that to Earth. And then which resources? Oh, exotics. Okay, we're bringing some exotics along. That'll be enough for 4. Bring some polymer along. Actually, arguably don't need that much. I'll take like 2,000. Oh, I don't need alloys. Don't take alloys. Add resources, but add helium. We're looking at maybe making 4 of these. Bring along enough for 4. And electronics. Again, bring along enough light for 4. Pelican should be able to orbit you. Here we go. Okay, so Luna to Earth. That now means I can go ahead and get... oops, wrong build. Let's build this build one. Zeus. 1, 2, 3, 4 under construction. What do I want to do with my Zeus here? Well, I suppose... Well, actually, I've already sent one to... place, right? The Urane's already out with hydrogen. Faye. Yeah, that's where I'm going to need it. Okay. Suppose let's send you back to Saturn. So we've got a ship waiting at Saturn for when the hydrogen is ready. Oh, for when the nitrogen is right. Which on Saturn is going to be quite a while. We're not extracting as hard there. Up to 1.73 nitrogen here on Jupiter. there's maybe an argument that I could start dragging the helium-3 down and just start releasing it like it's the gas. Not that much of a time limit. We'll hold that in case we're, like, really worried about missing the time window. Just goes and goes and goes. So we've got a queue enough for a while. I don't have to worry about it. New system discovered. Okay, Zeus is completed. Do you want to park that Zeus for moving CO2? Yeah, let's have that do CO2 motion from Venus. Oh, and I have my engines currently in Mars orbit, I suppose. So I should probably be thinking about my next asteroid. So I'm gonna have this Zeus after it does this. Whoops. Back. Cargo. CO2, yes. After it does the CO2 drop, it can go get some engines deployed. Orbit Saturn. Okay, so we got our ship posted back at Saturn. Got another Zeus ready to go. Well, I suppose with that one, I'm going to have go do the stuff. Take the asteroid engines out to the next asteroid, or to the Tiarzia. Yeah, probably have you to go to Tiarzia. I suppose I could have this one do what that was actually impossible to do. Drop down to Venus, so Earth to Venus orbit. Take another load of CO2 to Mars. Saturn arrived at Titan. Okay, so that was my hydrogen delivery to Titan orbit finishing. Which probably means I'm in an argument that I should do boosting of something off of Titan. Probably water. Get some Titan water to orbit. Because we're not quite there with the nitrogen. Although I could wait for the nitrogen. The nitrogen's not going to be too much longer. Let's do some water to orbit. Okay, so you. Titan orbit. Actually, I want to flip this because my Kronos is in orbit. Plan as a cyclical mission. Kronos. Titan orbit, don't take anything. Titan, take water. I want you to acquire 2 Zeus loads, so 48,000 tons of water. Probably by the time of some of that, we can do the nitrogen lifting as well. Got on the Zeus at Earth orbit. You want to park that on Mercury for moving around electronics and alloys, probably. Apparently we're going through the food faster than we'd like. Oh, because I've released too much water here, the oxygen ratio is bad. The oxygen ratio, like 1/4 of what it should be. Let's release another water, or chunk of oxygen. See if we fix that. That should help with the breathability, and then in the meantime build up some oxygen supplies, or some supplies. Hydroponics, 1, 2, 3 for the moment. Yeah, let's put that ship at Mercury. Earth orbit Mercury. And I can use that for moving the tonnage of alloys. Earth orbit Mercury. There we go. We're back to making food positive, either because I've improved. Well, actually, that has to be from the oxygen release. So, well, that's good. Technically means I no longer need these hydroponics. Run the hydroponics anyway. Which means we'll go through our water supply faster. We'll have more food stockpile as a side effect. Up to 2 tons of nitrogen per day at Jupiter. Seems to fluctuate a little bit. And we have a 4th Zeus at Mars, or at Earth. Oh, and the ones at Mars arrived. Okay. So for the next one, Tiarzia, I need 21 asteroid engines. Mars orbit Tiarzia. Have a Zeus do the holing. And it's 21, so I can just do shift plus 10 twice to get up 21. And optimal transit, because we're not in a real rush. Can take like 500 tons along. Hydrogen. Off you trot. And then I have another Zeus here, which I'm going to send back to Venus from our CO2. And then Mars has a lot of CO2 to release, so we'll go ahead and release a ton of, well, I say a ton, 5,000 tons worth of CO2 and all the oxygen. Titan arrived at Titan. Okay, so the water has been pushed to orbit. Earth orbit arrived at Venus orbit. Oh, I already had that one planned to go out somewhere. That's what's going on there. We're like, wait, there's no ship here. Venus orbit targeting Mars. Venus orbit targeting Mars. Yeah, it's already planned to go out, so I don't have anything to do there. And then Saturn. Actually, really more would be Titan. Titan. Orbit. Kronos. Orbit nitrogen. Oops, not from orbit. From ground to orbit. Give me the nitrogen. Get me a full Zeus load. And I suppose I could have the... You're sitting here really not doing much. So let's actually get you to transit to Titan and pick up a water load. Go ahead and bring hydrogen over, so we know there's plenty of hydrogen in orbit. Earth to Venus, Saturn orbit to Titan orbit, okay. And then you can go to Mars. With water. Yeah, I could bring a whole Zeus load of Helium 3 in if I wasn't trying to do it properly with nitrogen and oxygen. I think we're actually mining the helium faster than we are the water, or the nitrogen. Yeah, 3 versus like 2. Bunch of deliveries. 2 Venuses to Mars, a Mars to Venus, and a... Oh, and the nitrogen's in Titan orbit, okay. So I'm going to release most of this nitrogen, or most of this CO2. Release the oxygen while we're at it. Try to keep the oxygen in the atmosphere breathable. And then let's get one of these Zeuses going, actually not to Earth, to Venus. Continue to pick up more CO2. Then let's get the other one to go to Titan. This one will probably be picking up nitrogen, because we've got nitrogen in orbit for it. I am technically harvesting some nitrogen from Venus as well, but we'll probably do CO2 on the next transfer. And we've got one here, ready to go to Mars. So I was like, do one more transfer. So Venus orbit, back to Mars. The one that's inbound. Tell you, hey, also take CO2 while you're at it. Optimal transfer. There we go. Yeah, it might seem a little weird because I'm extracting the CO2 out of the atmosphere the same that I'm dumping it in. But the extracting is because in the long run I don't really want it in the atmosphere. In the short run it's going to help get the planet warm, or keep the planet pressure up so we can get the water to drop out of the atmosphere. Atmosphere generator done on Mercury. We're not ready for the next one yet. We're really close. We only need like 5 more. Oh, I'm not making enough power on Mercury. We'd be even closer, probably if I had enough power. Give me 20 more solar panels. Get that fixed in a jiffy. Earth orbit arrived at Faye. Okay, so I now have the hydrogen for people to leave. Okay, a rain. Back to Earth. Optimal transfer. Go when you can. You're still en route. So you're not done. You can then take these colonists to the next destination. We're going to ship them to Pluto next. Yeah, we're going to ship them to Pluto because I can just leave them on Pluto if I need to. A to Pluto. The Zeus. Bring the people. All the people. Okay, all the modules loaded. Start loading the goods. Leave some food here, so I don't get the complaint about the people starving. Okay, that works. And the people are away. Here we go. Mars orbit Tiarzia. Okay. So the engines are in place. It can be time for it to begin the transfer. Again, we're going to probably bring this one to Mars orbit. Garza, Mars orbit. There we go. Asteroid engines will be doing the transfer. And I suppose I technically have one more off of my list from the crashed earlier today. Have we favorited you? We have favorited you. Themis Freya Thule. Themis Freya Thule Hedia. There we go. Slightly getting ahead of myself. That's not super important, I suppose, to be getting it in my proverbial to-do list. Okay, so solar should be fixed on Mercury, so you should be running at full speed. We're still sitting at 3, but that's fine. Mars arrived at Venus, but we already had the planned return trip. We should be having the Venus arriving at Mercury probably Venus arriving at Mars pretty soon. Arrived at Pluto. Is I wrong? That's not the one that counts as North Cloud. There's the achievement. It's lonely out here. Colonize any Kuiper Belt object. There we go. So I need to colonize a Neptune moon, and then I think it's just the terraforming of Mars achievements left to go. And these guys out on Pluto can make themselves a hydroponic farm. And an outpost. And then that should, combined with the mobile hab, mean that I can forget about them until I can figure out how to get them off of Pluto. The Zeus has enough fuel. The Zeus can get back. Just I don't have planet to orbit launch capacity on Pluto. So the Zeus can come back and be useful. Go park you in Mars for the moment. Titan to Mars. So Titan to Mars, Mars to Titan. I'm gonna send the Zeus back to Saturn instead, but then Venus. And Venus targeting Mars. I should have a Mars targeting Venus. All minute, because I got a ship here waiting for something to do. So, we basically got all the nitrogen picked up from Venus. Or all the CO2 picked up from Venus for the moment. Can Pluto feed itself? Yep, as long as the water and carbon holds out on Pluto, Pluto can feed itself. So we just gotta forget about them on Pluto here. Venus to Mars, Mars to Venus, okay. So more CO2 to release. We are... oh, gotta be above 0.1. So we're at 0.1 at this point. Almost there, getting that achievement done. Venus to Mars. Is that another one just arriving? That's another one just arriving, okay. Oh, thinking about it. Titan. Orbit. Nitrogen. Mars. Zeus. Go one ready. Okay, we got more water we can boost. Although I've got a boost worth of water in orbit already. Not quite there. I think we're at the point where as I raise the atmospheric pressure that it's freezing is what's going on. We're losing water from the atmosphere. Still working through those gas extractors. 2.5 tons. Currently waiting for like 1.5k, 1.3k to be mined, so it's going to take a little while before we get a ship. Transit. That was... as the rain returning, okay. Mars orbit to Saturn orbit. And Titan to Mars, okay. So Titan to Mars is a nitrogen release. I suppose I could actually have you ship over to Saturn. Getting that Titan has ship. Instead of having you sit at Titan orbit or Saturn orbit. It's not doing anything. Keep moving that water. Although one thing I will do, some hydrogen. Can't wait the Titan, or the Chronos still has the launch capacity. And I got 2 loads on the ground, so resources transfer. This 2 Zeus loads. There you go, Saturn to Titan, and then off it goes. Pluto orbit, arrived at Mars. There we go. Apparently I released just enough that we got the contract here completed. We can say goodbye to the pressure suits and start spreading more life on Mars. 800 million more money. Mars atmosphere, blue Mars, and deliver water to Mars unlocked. Deliver water to Mars. A great way to deliver water to Mars is by pushing water-rich asteroids onto its surface. For research engines to do it and find an appropriate asteroid, we'll be able to bring water to the red planet. 100 million money. Research master propulsion. Deliver an asteroid directly to Mars. Okay. Transfer 100,000 tons of water to deposits. Increase the liquid water amount above 0.028. Modify the atmosphere pressure between 0.55 and 1.25 while keeping the oxygen ratio correct on Mars. Okay, so I just checked off the atmosphere one. We can do the water one right now. Here we go. So now I get the liquid water amount up, although that will require probably getting it to defrost because it's frozen at the moment. Hit a cupcake there. Asteroid Tirazio is pulled to Mars orbit. Time to begin unloading. Okay, do I want to do a one-way transfer of these guys to a Neptune or a Neptune planet? A Neptune moon, so I can get my last achievement. Or do I just want to unload them? I think for simplicity, I'll just unload them. First, let's break down the things we can't take with us. You don't fly. You don't fly. Deuce to Mars. Add modules. Oh, not the asteroid engine, sorry. Modules except for the asteroid engines. We'll waste 10 tons of fuel just so that the guys don't complain at me for lack of food while we're doing the drop. Run out of supplies. I'm not worried about that. Left them some food. There they go. And then the water, I think I can manually just drop from here. Because we're in orbit with the orbital payload container. Yeah. There we go. Okay, asteroid engines. Please begin the collision. There we go. Excellent. The large deposit device will help with making the red planet more blue. Put another deposit device on the planet. Probably this deposit is what we just put down there. 100 million. Deliver water to Mars. Complete. Okay, so next would be you. You're really light. I can do you with one ship. Well, if we can do you with one ship... Where is me Atlas? Atlas. Your job is to go to that location. Push that place. Yeah, bring along some hydrogen because we need some more pushing. Dual transfer. Might as well take our sweet time. Okay, so sort it out. Themis. How many do I need for Themis? 27, so it's a big rock. I have in Mars orbit 24. I'm pretty sure I have 27. There are another 3 at Mars. Or at Earth. So we'll take the 24 to Earth. Should have a Zeus here. I have 5 Zeuses here. Yes, I have a Zeus here. Auto transfer down to Earth. Off you trot. I should go park one of those Zeuses at Venus. Transporting of Venus gases. Get a Manosphere generator. I've got one sitting at Mercury in case I want to move Mercury stuff around. Probably should park one at the moon in case I want to move polymers and alloys from the moon. Okay. Jupiter, I think we have one ready, or almost about ready to come down for Jupiter. I got 2 parked there. Don't have any parked at Saturn. I should probably park one at Saturn. I should send 2 to Titan if I have that many. How many do I have? I've got 2. So let's send 1 to Saturn and 1 to Titan. Okay, there we are. Now, of course, if that's the case, I've got tons of stuff, right? To try. Oh, no. No, we got more water. I don't need that water released yet. At least 2,000 tons of CO2. And whatever oxygen we have. Mars orbit arrived at Venus. You're ready for transit. To Mars. Jupiter orbit to Mars. Ride the Zeus. 1 full load of nitrogen. Optimal transfer. Then, not Earth, but Mars, back to Jupiter. As soon as that nitrogen's dropped off. Oops, that's Saturn. Zeus, flying from Jupiter, go back. Drop the nitrogen off. Here we go. Okay, so we finished the boost of water to Titan orbit. The nitrogen has a progression solve. Yeah, so we've just got water in Titan orbit ready for shipping. Mercury to Varsum. Okay, so you are ready for transfer. You have no water on board. So it would just be, other than unloading it, it would just be dragging a carbon source somewhere. So there's an argument not to take you to Mars. Mars has plenty of carbon already. There may be an argument to take you to Luna or Mercury. I think we'll go Mercury. A little bit of water will also be useful because I'm currently got no water there. So Atlas, you just came from Mercury, return to Mercury. But orbit, we'd like the people to unload before they crash. Bring the entire asteroid with you. There it goes. Fusion ship showing off. Hold the Mercury orbit. There we go. And... oh, because of how I did it, you parked yourself in Mercury. Can I have you go back to the place? Actually, I suppose I'm just dropping it on Mercury. I don't need you there. Okay. Everything to Mercury. I got enough launch capacity to get things off of Mercury if I want. And module. Go. And resource. Oh, and same as before. Let me cancel that somewhat. The things that can't be dropped, to go and destroy them, so we get the bits out of them. Oh, I guess that must be a partial ton of metal there. Rares, 6 alloys, 60 food, ton, just a few thousand tons. So just trying to be even, 100,000, 100 tons. Carbon. Okay, asteroid unloaded. More people on Mercury, more valuably, more food and water, and then Mercury orbit, Atlas, to the asteroid. Okay, I need to wait until it rise before I can tell it to bring the entire asteroid. Fair enough. Now at the asteroid. Atlas. Travel to Mercury. Take the entire asteroid. You are a go. Oh. More carbon on Mercury in theory. Oh, I'm not mining silicon quickly enough on Mercury, apparently. 5 more silicon mines. Okay, Jupiter, we're still waiting for you to get to Mars. Mars to Earth. Okay, so Mars to Earth was the Zeus to bring the engines to Themis. $17 engines. Optimal transfer. Bring spare fuel so you can leave if we don't want to necessarily have you along for the ride. Oh, I really don't have enough silicon being extracted here. I guess I probably ran out of the good deposits, what's going on here. And I scaled it around the good deposit. Earth Order to Themis. So Themis, I would like you to transfer to Mars orbit, because you have water on you. Titan orbit arrived at Mars. Mars arrived at Titan and Saturn. Okay. The Titan orbit was more water arriving. Okay. Definitely could use more nitrogen. We're expanding production faster and... Oh, actually, I'm at the point where we've run out of stuff queued up in Jupiter. Well, looking at the time, I think we're at a point where we're going to put a power break in here. We've got nitrogen extraction on Jupiter up to 2.7 tons per day. Honestly, I want like another 1,500 more gas extractors going on Jupiter. We're going to get to like 2,000 there. And then probably at that point I just move over and start putting some on Saturn. We'll sort out getting more deliveries of polymers and alloys to Jupiter in the next one. And yeah, we got 2 more of the contracts completed. We delivered water to Mars, and we got the first of the early atmosphere done. So our atmosphere is still real low. To complete Mars atmosphere, we need 0.55, so we need to increase the atmosphere by another factor of 6. We're still mostly CO2, although I do have enough oxygen. We got the oxygen in the correct range. Well, it's a little low at the moment. No liquid water yet. But I think we're just going to come down to, we need to get the pressure up. I need to get the pressure up so it stays non-gaseous. We've got almost a megaton of water in the atmosphere instead of liquid. Because again, I think we got the temperature range right. We're actually ideally a little hot. So I think what we need to do is we need to get the temperature range more correctly bound, and that's simply getting more atmosphere. Temperature impacts the state of matter, resource in the deposits. We can change water amount, atmospheric pressure, and composition. Effects by light intensity coming from the stars, amount of liquid water, atmospheric pressure, and composition. Yeah, so I need more atmosphere. Is what I need, so I can get the range to be less extreme. I think it's at -40. That's basically like, yeah, this is the stuff in the -40 areas. This is the stuff in the hot central area. We need to moderate the temperature a little bit there. That's what we're working on. The moon has radiation dealt with, has oxygen. The oxygen ratio is right. I could technically be working on solar mirrors for the moon and Mercury to multitask. But I think we're going to be working on trying to get just more solar or more gas extractors going on Jupiter at the beginning. On Jupiter in the beginning of the next one. Although I suppose I could take a look. What do I need for the shades? Alloys, polymers, exotics. Okay, so the shades are relatively expensive. The shades are relatively expensive. I guess they're going to require exotics. Although that's maybe not too bad. And yeah, the 2 places that I'm thinking of terraforming besides Mars are actually too hot. So I was going to be shipping shades to the orbit of the moon and Jupiter to bring the temperatures down. Although initially, initially probably going to try to get them around like 20, 30 C instead of 60. But yeah, this is where we're going to put the part break in here. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. we got some contracts done, so we're making progress. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're gonna take a short break here, so I can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea. Until the next part, we're gonna wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.